I think we had two other agents coming at the house. Yes, coming in with like high valuations and a bit of chit chat here and there. I work in the commercial real estate industry, and so I knew more or less, what I needed to know about the market, about comparables, to in order to come up with a real price. And Mark actually came from Martin Gerard, came at home, and was extremely knowledgeable about the local market. He knew his stuff in a way. Came up, with prints. I think he came up with 20 prints of the comparables over the past 6 months, especially around this area, all 2 bedrooms. So not he felt like he knew it. He knew all the info about the market, and I think he even said it himself. He was conservative about his valuation, which was pretty helpful to us. You always end up with agents who quote crazy prices that they never reach. Here, we had a valuation, and and ended up selling it, above valuation, which was a good story for everybody, Martin Gerard and us as well. I think we could trust Martin Gerard much more than at least two other agents we saw, which are also local ones, but they did not come up with all these sales that they had done over the past 6 months. And when we spoke to Mark from Martin Gerard, we felt like he also knew, he was plugged in basically in the local market, and he also knew what was going on with other sales from other agents. He knew the prices, they knew what was going on, and this I think reassured us to select them, with our property. They also had, and I believe they were the only ones at the time. They might be still the only ones to do so. They had this video marketing, so they took maybe 10 pictures of the flat, and we were really impressed by them. We had a flat where there was light, there was light in the flat, but we have a 2-year-old, so I wouldn't say that was messy, but still you still need to put some work to take some nice pictures of the flat, which they did. So we were quite impressed by the pictures they took, but also by the movie. We had kind of tiled living room, and our room, our bathroom, there was a bit like the ceiling height wasn't that high, so having the movie done that way was, I think, extremely helpful to get to attract potential buyers. And it's just it's a fair tool, it's just marketing, I think, pushed a bit more. The best, the three qualities would be reliability, how knowledgeable they are in terms of the market, and how reachable or easygoing they are. In a nutshell, we were fairly stressed. It's only the second time we're selling a flat, and so we were fairly stressed about selling our flat. And you could just call them at any point of the day, or sending them emails. They were really good at answering that emails. You don't need to wait 1 week in order to get an answer. Selling our flat on one hand and buying a house on the other was certainly not the easier thing, to do. You may have conflicts of interest here and there. We were not aware. They advised us as a seller on our flat, and I think the buyers here for the house were completely happy about how they've worked. So I was impressed by the gymnastics, call it. To sell one place, buy the other, and at the same time, keeping everyone happy. We really had a relationship maybe that was a bit beyond business with James and Mark from Martin Gerard, where we would be on the phone with them, but they don't. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to say this on the video, but they don't really bullshit you in a way. They're just straight. They're fair, and when you pick up the phone, within 1 minute you get the message. They don't beat around the bush, and this I thought was quite exceptional, and that's why I wanted to do this for James. I think we would definitely recommend Martin Gerard to our friends, or if we wanted to sell the house again, which by the way I don't think we are, but simply because they're really strong locally. You just have a walk in Finsbury Park, you see Martin Gerard selling all over the place, and they've been exceptional to us. So without doubt.